Good looking product photography can really help you sell your goods or archive a memory, but you don't need expensive lighting or backgrounds for a great looking shot. You could do it just with a simple sheet of cardboard and natural lighting. To really help you concentrate on the subject and make that the hero of your shot, you want a nice plain background, and there's nothing more plain than a white sheet of cardboard. But rather than having two sheets, one at the back and one at the base, or one that's folded at the back, I've gone for a curved sheet here. And what that lets me do is avoid a distracting fold or a joining line in the background. By curving this sheet, the light just falls off naturally and it looks like the product or your subject is floating in midair. And that's what you really want for a nice successful product shot. However, I think I can pose it a bit nicer. I think it looks better maybe angled here to the side as if it's driving out of the frame. That looks much more dynamic to me. And at this point, you could quite happily focus on the subject and take the picture. You could also adjust the brightness to ensure that the background is completely white, because we want the background to effectively disappear. So I'm going to increase the brightness there. And that looks pretty good to me. However, there are still some shadows, and in fact I'm casting quite a big shadow because the light source is behind me. So I'm going to try moving this around by 90 degrees to see whether I can get a better looking result. So now I've moved this whole setup around by 90 degrees. The light is now coming in from this side and it's illuminating the front of the car very nicely. In fact, I like the way it's really caught the reflections there. You've got some nice highlights here on the tyres and the bonnet. I think it makes it look more dynamic, it's better lit. And this by itself could work very well as a shot, so I'm going to take that. And of course you could increase the brightness again to better reduce that shadow. But because the light is coming in from this side, the other side of the car is inevitably become a bit dark, and you can also see quite a pronounced shadow underneath it. It's not ideal, you could try taking the picture anyway, but a really quick, easy and very cheap fix is to use another piece of white card to reflect light from the window onto your subject. So all I've done is just positioned this piece of card to the side. The light is coming in through the window, illuminating this side of the subject, bouncing off the card and illuminating the other side. And we also have a nice little catch light effect here in one of the windows. And that, to me, is pretty much a finished shot. I'm just going to increase the brightness a little bit to make sure that that background is nice and clear. There we go. And that's perfect. Okay, so let's have a look at the pictures. In this shot, you'll see that the white in the background actually changes colour and brightness from the top to the bottom. And that is because I'm actually in the way of the window. The window is directly behind me here, and I'm casting my own shadow on it, which isn't ideal. In this shot, I've turned around by 90 degrees, so the window is to the side, and it's illuminating the front of the car very, very nicely. But you'll notice that there is now quite a dark shadow underneath it, and there's a lack of definition on the side of the vehicle where it's not getting any light. In this shot, I still have my main source of light coming from a window to the right-hand side, which is illuminating the front, but all I've done is put this piece of white cardboard as a reflector on the other side, and you can see how it has greatly reduced the shadow underneath the vehicle while also illuminating the side of the car. This really shows off the subject. It's well illuminated all around. We don't have any distracting shadows. There's no fold from any cardboard in the background. It's nicely isolated. We're looking at it, and this is a perfect product shot.